mother's periods, as a whole household, my brother, my father, me, we were all talking about mummy's periods. You know,
I love that. So I do want to understand what are also things we can do to prep for when menopause comes for us.
estrogen protects your heart.
Right.
So you will hear very few women having heart attacks before their menopausal age. But once that estrogen goes away, your heart is screwed.
Right. Hi Presties. Today we're going to talk about a specific mystery जो इतना secretive है that a lot of women don't even know they're experiencing it when they're experiencing it. So
क्या
let's
बात हो रही है?
menopause के बारे में.
Oh,
So ये
I'm so confused.
this chat is a mystery so far for Tanea as
It
well.
is a
So we can keep
racket.
it. So we can keep it fresh. Hi, I'm Shaivya. I'm the co-founder of Tilt.
I'm Tanya, I'm Dr. Cutress, and we made the first we made
The Fursat bra,
yes, it's now
which
a
is
pitch.
super seamless, super comfortable, super fursati. And
You
अब
can
हम
listen to us wearing fursat in your fursat while also wearing your fursat. I'm just, yeah,
so
sorry.
fursat se. Let's talk about the experience that can be menopause. But first, because there is such little info on it, and honestly, like I had this experience wherein when my mom went through menopause, she had no idea she was going through menopause until very like into the experience of consulting doctors, and it wasn't even immediately made clear to her that that's the experience she's having. So what is menopause?
I knew very well when my mother was going through menopause. The entire world knew it because I was going through puberty. My mother was going through menopause. एक दिन ऐसा आया, so मेरे मम्मी पापा का जो बेडरूम है, there's one entry gate and then there's the bathroom का दरवाज़ा. मैं एंट्री के दरवाजे पे खड़ी थी, मम्मी बाथरूम के दरवाजे पे खड़ी थी, और मम्मी ने ना ऐसे हैंडल घुमाया, वो जो गोल वाले हैंडल नहीं होते हैं, मम्मी ने ऐसे घुमाया बाथरूम का दरवाज़ा खोलने के लिए, एंड आई डोंट नो व्हाट शी डिड बट हैंडल उनके हाथ में आ गया. ठीक है. मेरे घर का नाम तमन्ना है. मम्मी ने तमन्ना ये क्या किया तुमने? एंड आई एम स्टैंडिंग एट द डोर ऑफ द रूम. ओके. एंड आई एम जस्ट लाइक मैंने क्या किया? तुम सब गड़बड़ कर देती हो इस घर में. So I was like, okay, it is happening now. I am going through puberty and she is going through menopause. That is how I learned about menopause.
So why does this happen? What is happening in the body when you have menopause?
You stop having periods and you're out of your reproductive capabilities, and now your body is like, go bang as much as you want, you will not get preggers, baby.
I wish it was such a fun time in my life. It did not look like that when my mom was going through
Yeah.
it. It was so emotional and there was such upheaval, and सच्ची में किसी को पता ही नहीं था, ये काफी साल पहले हुआ, किसी को पता ही नहीं था that's what she's going through. So we just thought she's going through like a mental health breakdown during that time until she got a real diagnosis. Which is to say, I think a lot of women are going through these experiences, and honestly, I know so little about menopause when it comes to the actual experience of it. And especially until I saw my mom go through it. So what do you think we should already know to expect? Because I know symptoms can differ woman to woman, but mota, what to expect?
It's different for everybody, like you said. But the baseline things that most people experience are things like inability to regulate your temperature. You'll
Right.
suddenly start having like hot flashes. You'll suddenly start sweating a lot. There's also very often there's things like confusion, like a brain fog, because the hormones, estrogen and progesterone, are there to help you.
Right.
And they suddenly go away. They do so much. They've been with you for so long in your life, and it's suddenly gone, and you don't have that hormonal support that you previously did. So there can be brain fog, there can be confusion, there can be hot flashes. Your risk of actually cardiac diseases, cardiovascular diseases, so blood and blood vessel related diseases goes up. Your bones start getting weak. Your the density of your bones decreases. The amount of minerals that are stored in your bones, they go down. So it's an overall like पूरा management बदल जाता है body का, almost like that.
Right.
Like, you know, you've had like some big company come and take over your tiny indie company, and now everything's different.
Right.
And you don't know how to deal with it. And the best part is that nobody's told you that, you know, a big company has taken over your small company,
Yeah.
your indie company. And the even more sad part is we as doctors also know so little about it.
Right.
My mother's a gynecologist. I intend to train as a gynecologist. I work in women's health, and even I know so little about it because the research, the basic understanding, the science just doesn't exist.
Right.
And it's only now that menopause is becoming a thing and it's becoming almost a buzzword, which means there's more and more misinformation and disinformation that's coming out about it.
Right.
Give me like your perspective. Like, what do you understand of menopause, so I can see what somebody who doesn't necessarily come from this background, how do they see it?
So my basic info, because of my mom's experience, is that going in, there were tons of hormonal changes, hot flashes, dizziness, that kind of thing. We felt like it was a health crisis of some sort. And we actually consulted physicians at the time who didn't say it was menopause. So my mom took a completely different course of treatment, which is to say, obviously the mental health results were from misdiagnosis as well, right? But towards the tail end of it, once we were like, oh, okay, this is what's happening, it felt like a relatively normal thing.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, okay. So my mom had her uterus surgery because of certain complications. So period had stopped a while back. So that was not an indicator for us anyway, right? But then we started to embrace the fact that, okay, her body's changing, whatever. And she recovered from it, and just her life's trajectory changed from it, right? Nothing else changed in any kind of dramatic fashion. So that's how I see it, as like the ending of periods marked by some kind of health ritualistic ceremony. Is that accurate?
I mean, yeah, but I think also the fact that all of it became normal once you guys had the information,
Yeah.
that is testament to the fact that information is life changing and life affirming, and that's why I'm so glad we're chatting about this, because for so long these issues were never talked about, they were never mentioned, especially when it comes to women's health, which we see now that there's a lack of funding because it's not been prioritized ever. And it just understanding that these things are something you're going to expect the same way as, we tell people. Now we have so much priority on telling young people about the fact that they're going to have that period
Yeah.
and what to expect there.
Yeah.
That hand holding has started to come in. Why is it not happening towards the end of your period phase?
Yeah.
When your reproductive years are over, we need to guide people through it with empathy and with care and with information, which we don't do.
Right.
And again, the shocking part still is that we know so little. Even there's very few menopause experts I can name in the world
Right.
that I know I can go to. Like, if you ask me for, I don't know, like an expert in, I don't want to use erectile dysfunction again, but an expert in prostatic, what we call BPH, वो बोलते हैं ना, prostate हो गया है उनको. I can name so many people who go through this, which is another aspect of andropause, which is, there's no such thing as actual andropause, but it is an aspect of men aging.
Right.
So many men experience this prostate becoming bigger, and it's a routine age-related change that happens, and we all hear prostate ho gaya, unko prostate ho gaya hai. We don't hear that about that natural aging process that happens with women when it's menopause. We don't hear that, and I can name so many BPH experts like that, but when it comes to menopause, I can, like, literally, I can't think beyond 3 names right now.
And it is like a cultural obsession with youth when it comes to women.
For sure. Women's
Because-
expiry date.
100%.
Like, wear a bag of milk. Ugh. Booze.
Even that, changes, right?
Yeah.
And like, okay, one person that comes to mind is Jane Fonda. She
Yeah.
talks a lot about aging, and she's also expressed some concerns about like what she would do differently, and which I really like, because she's talked about how she regrets changing her face as much as she did because she wanted to age more naturally. And those are important stories to hear also, to add to the zeitgeist of what we are talking about. And again, like, this cultural obsession with youth for women shows in how in some places the age of consent is threatened, in how women are being groomed very young. Whereas I feel like this is a very powerful time when you stop perioding, right? Because for my mom as well, it was transformational once it happened, and all she needed at the time was just support from us. So how can we support our moms better during this time, or support other folks in our life going through this experience?
I think what worked very well in my household was learning about it. We all learned about it, and I was like 10, 11, so I didn't understand a lot of it. But my dad took the effort to like break it down for like in understandable bites for me, and I think that was really impactful. More than anything else, the fact that we were talking about my mother's periods as a whole household, my brother, my father, me, we were all talking about mummy's periods, you know.
I love that so much.
And that made, I think it's stuff like this that made me realize that what we are doing right now, and we're having this chat, and we really, I mean, it's just a normal chat, we're sitting on a sofa and talking. But for most of the world, this is revolutionary in some way.
Right.
When we're just talking about the body. I don't know how that's revolutionary, but you know, it's stuff like that that has made that experience, that made the experience much better for my mother. Normalizing it, talking about it, naming it. It's not Voldemort. Why is it the one that must not be named?
Yeah.
And also asking her what she needed. Because my mother didn't experience like hot flushes,
Right.
which a lot of people do. So, you know, we could have bought all the nice ACs and, you know, medications and, I don't know, teas in the world that would have handled her hot flashes, but she didn't have those as much.
Right.
So preparing and stocking up for all of this, because this is what, you know, you're told one should expect. Instead of that, we just asked her, and she had problems with, you know, she had really huge issues with bone loss.
Right.
And like arthritis developing, rheumatoid also happening at the same time, all of that. Because we knew, because we normalized it, because we talked about it, because we all were having that conversation, can I say, Mama, it made life easier for you? I'm going to say it. We will take that credit.
Auntie, please comment below.
So, I think it definitely made it easier for her.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I think it definitely made it easier for me, and it will make it easier for me when I hit menopause. And because I saw all of that, I started weight training when I turned 27, because I was like, I saw that happen to Mama.
Right.
And I want to be careful about it. So simply understanding what they want is the answer.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I don't know, how did you deal with it?
Listening. I agree with that so much, because I feel like especially women who have gone through a certain life experience in a certain period of time, listening is only like a big thing you can do, right? Because when my mom was growing up, nobody was really listening to women and
Yeah.
having these conversations. Decentering men that was not an option available to my mom. And if it was, she would have decentered men a long time back. So I
I
feel
think
like
most of our mums would have.
yeah, no shade, dad.
No, I mean, yeah, my mother, a cute couple they are.
Oh. But yeah, 100%. I feel like just sitting down, and so I was traveling at the time, I remember, back and forth, and when I finally stopped making assumptions about the experience she should be having, because it's also so easy because of the age we're in to be like what to expect and
Yeah.
cross labeling these things and be like maybe do this, do that. Actually, I'm having this experience, and to listen to that all the way through really helped, and then consulting for those experiences, that was great. But I do want to, because you mentioned how you started weight training, right? So I do want to understand what are also things we can do to prep for when menopause comes for us.
This is my general advice to all women for everything. This is my blanket answer. Quitting smoking is a wonderful way of taking care of your health.
Right.
And in fact, when you do smoke, your age of menopause actually changes. So you can expect, I think on average, women who smoke experience menopause 2 years earlier.
Right.
So, you know, you have a longer phase of having to deal with the crap that menopause throws at you. Earlier or later? Earlier. I will check on that and I'll get back to you. Like I said, we just don't learn enough about it. Another thing that I think we really should do is we need to eat more protein.
Right.
And I know everybody says that, but we really do need to eat more protein, because we have to ensure that our muscles are strong enough to support us, because our bones will weaken,
Right.
whether we like it or not. Another thing that happens that we don't talk about enough, we just are on this protein overload conversation, we don't talk enough about fiber. And increasing your fiber is one of the best, most overall health impacting ways of lowering blood cholesterol.
Right.
And I mean, thankfully, because we live in India and we have this very plant heavy diet,
Right.
compared to other countries, because we don't consume as much animal products relatively, or meat actually, we do have better lipid profiles. But really increasing your fiber is super important, and why I emphasize this particularly in this conversation is because estrogen protects your heart.
Right.
So you will hear very few women having heart attacks before their menopausal age. But once that estrogen goes away, your heart is screwed.
Right.
So the cardioprotective effects of estrogen go away. So really prioritizing your heart health, doing cardio, eating heavy fiber, aim for at least 30 grams a day. All of these really make an impact. And also weight training, because you're building your muscles, but you also need to build your bones. And when you do weight training, it basically strengthens your bones. And you want that, because no matter what happens, that mineralization will leach out once you hit menopause. So simple things we can do to just like make our lives better. Just the same crap everybody tells you everywhere: eat healthy, don't smoke, don't drink too much, blah, 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 same things.
Okay, I will be joining a gym tomorrow. I have an activity for us.
Yes.
For menopause, which is just a word association, my boy, wherein I give you a word and you tell me what comes to mind. It doesn't have to be menopausal, but just... let's have
Okay.
some. Okay. Hot flashes.
Vasodilation, sorry.
I will look it up.
I
and
just-
find out. Dryness.
Vaginal estrogen.
Power.
Generator.
Sleep.
Heaven.
Wrinkles.
Natural.
Rebirth. Can be anything. Okay, mom.
Love of my life.
Liberation.
Education.
That's us on the menopause episode, and we're ending on a note of education because lots of tips, lots to do. I think there's some real actionable stuff in there. So yeah, I'll be weight training pretty soon and eating my fiber.
And I will learn more about menopause and come back for this, because clearly I don't know enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm wearing my Fursat bra. What an idiotic thing to say. I'm going to stay in my Fursat bra, and I'm going to go home and read about menopause and spend the next 5 years of my life learning about menopause. And we will come back and do a rehash of this in 5 years. So do stay with us. Don't stay there. Stay with us in general. And bye Fursat. Bye.